What's going on, J Series World, J Series Freaks? So what I'm doing today, I'm taking out the stock OEM clutch master cylinder that has this damper in there, and I'm installing an em2 chassis clutch master cylinder that has no damper in there. All right. The reason I'm doing that because it's kind of hard to do a quick shift with this little silly damper. So what I'm going to do. So one of the first things you want to do, you see that little 10 millimeter right there on the right side of that fluid reservoir. You want to take that off. All right, and then you don't have to drain no fluid out. Just take that off, kind of hang it down to the side a little bit. I'm not going to take it off because I have most of my harness and stuff tucked out the way already. I already have a stainless steel clutch line, so it's a lot easier for me to fish this out. And once you get that 10 millimeter bolt out right there, you're just going to move inside and bring your 12 millimeter socket and an extension. You're going to take off two 12 millimeter bolts from the inside on top of the clutch pedal behind right behind the clutch master firewall. I already removed the 10 millimeter bolt that was right here that held down the reservoir. I have the reservoir hanging down there. It's still closed and everything, so it's not leaking. The reason why I didn't take it off is because I have a stainless steel clutch line, so it's a lot easier for me to fish my clutch master cylinder out. If you have the hard stainless steel clutch line, you're going to need to drain that reservoir and remove it before you can get access to the clutch master cylinder. So inside here on the clutch pedal, there's going to be a little cotter pin. Where is it? There's going to be a little cotter pin that was holding the pedal together. It's here somewhere. Can't find it now. Wait a minute. Yeah, so the cotter pin was right there in this little rod. Take the cotter pin out. This can loosen the 12 millimeter bolts. One here, there's one diagonally straight across or kind of slant up diagonally from this one 12 millimeter bolts. It's right between the relay you see here, that relay, and here. So just, send your extension through there and fish it and you'll find it. I can't see it from there, but you'll find it. So just take those two 12 millimeter bolts off, take away the cotter pin, and then when you take the cotter pin out, you slide this little rod thing here out of the pedal and the clutch master cylinder bracket there. Put those down to the side, and then your clutch master cylinder is loose, is ready to be fished out. All right. Alright, so now I have the two 12 millimeter bolts on the inside off. I got the cotter pin off. I just use a little pry bar to push it away from the firewall from inside. And now I'm going to put my hand here, bring it out, then put my hand under here. Right, see where my hand is. And I'm going to fish it out the rest of the way. Once you get it fished out, you're just gonna have to disconnect the fittings for the clutch line. Put it on your damperless clutch master cylinder and reinstall everything. So as you can see, mine is already right here. So I just gotta fish it out and bring it out here. Alright, so this is what I'm talking about. I didn't have to disconnect my reservoir because, like I said, I have a stainless steel clutch line. It's pretty flexible. And then I have this fitting here. It's easy for me to take it off. So I'm only gonna have to take this off when I'm switching it to the other damperless CMC. You know what I'm saying? But if you guys have the hard clutch line still, you're going to have to take the reservoir off first. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, stay tuned. Alright, so to disconnect the clutch line fitting, you're gonna have to put your 17 millimeter on the bottom bolt and then put a 14 millimeter on that other bolt and twist opposite directions to open. You know what I'm saying? Depending on how you have the clutch master cylinder sitting, it's going to be opposite direction for you versus me. You know what I'm saying? So once you got those disconnected, just go ahead and install it on your new one, and then I'll show you guys how to do it from there. All right, but just be careful. You're going to get clutch fluid everywhere right now, so just get some rags, put some rags under here, you know what I'm saying, and you should be good to go. Alright, so now we got the CMC out. What you're going to have to do, you're going to have to transfer over all of these fittings to your new clutch master cylinder. This here, just like a little safety pin, you just squeeze the ends together with your pliers and then push it through. Push it through here, pull it out the other end with your pliers, and then this just pops right out. And then you install these into your new clutch master cylinder. Same way you took them out, same way you put them in, transfer over your reservoir line as well. Just the same to that, and then you can attach it back to the clutch line, fish it back in. Alright, so now I'm gonna delete the check valve out of the slave cylinder. It's two 12 millimeter bolts that hold it on to the transmission. Just be careful. One of my bolts was a 12 point and one was a 6, and I almost stripped the 12 point by using a 6-point socket. So just look at it. I don't know how that ended up on there. So yeah, once you get those two 12s off, this will come right up. If you have a hard clutch line, it'll be a little bit harder to take it up, but I got a stainless steel clutch line, so it was easy for me to maneuver it and get it up. But yeah, so next I'm going to take the C-clamp out of here and take out the plastic, and then I'll show you guys how to do that. Alright. Okay everybody, so I've got the check valve here. I put a little notch at the top. I didn't go too low. I put a notch on both sides so I could get the pick under the C-clamp and flick it out. You can see the notches on the little cap here on both sides. Flick them out. Be careful not to drill down too low. You don't want to get that O-ring there. If you touch that O-ring, it's going to leak. Alright, so just put a little notch with your drill. You know what I'm saying? A little fine bit. Don't go too low. You don't want to get this O-ring. If you get this O-ring, it's going to leak. Alright? It's going to leak. So make sure you don't go too low. You see where I went there? Focus, come on. I hope you can see it, but you get the idea. Alright, so inside of it is that little plastic thing there. That's what needs to come out. See that little plastic thing there. My battery is low, so I don't have no flash, but hopefully you can see it. That white thing needs to come out. Yeah, put that back in, make sure it's no leak. Put back in your clamp and you're good. Alright, so I got the plastic out. Didn't want to come out with my pick, so I had to drill into it and then just pull it out. So obviously you can see now we have a straight through shot for the fluid. So I'm just going to put back in my cap, put back in the C-clamp, and we should be good. Alright, easy peasy. Alright y'all, so right now I'm about to bleed the clutch system. I'm by myself, so I got a homemade one-man bleeder kit rigged up to this. It's just a little nozzle that I have off an old spray bottle. Then I got, you know, the holes with the correct attachment to fit to the end of the bleeder all the way. So I have the reservoir topped off. Bleeder valve is open, and then as you can see, I started pumping already. You can see some fluid in the line, and then the air bubbles are in the line. You can see those air bubbles are coming up, and the fluid is staying where it should be. So I'm gonna keep going, keep doing this until I get all of the air out. you can clearly see the air bubbles coming up, and once they get to there they stop, and then nothing but air coming out on this end over here, you know. So I'm going to keep doing that until I feel some pressure in the line, and then see what happens after that, see how the pedal feels, you know what I'm saying.